Hey everybody, Billboard Chart Guy here, and welcome to the latest episode of BBCG and Friends. And I'm happy to have Phil King with me, better known as Wretched Rentals in the KMS world. Phil, how are you?
Good, BBCG. How you doing?
I'm doing great, getting ready for a winter wonderland coming our way.
Yeah, I
But,
can't wait.
oh, it's gonna be great.
Hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
before we start, do you want to be called Bill? Do you want to be called Mr. Chart Guy? What are we going by?
Call me Bill. I
All
like
right,
it.
Bill.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
sounds good.
yeah, William's too formal, so just call me Bill.
All right, Phil and Bill. I like it.
There we go. Yeah, the Phil and Bill show. There you go. Um, so thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And tell me about your musical history. What were you listening to when you were a youngster?
Sure. First of all, obviously, thank you for having me. The huge pleasure. Uh, by far the best show on the KMS Minifan Network.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Um,
very much.
my musical influence are pretty out there. Not out there as far as like crazy, but out there because my old man was a 50s rock guy, maybe like 40s music as well.
What, the
But
big band stuff?
yeah, more like almost like 40s country music.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. And so in 50s rock, and then he also was listening to disco too. And my mom was more like doo-wop and like soul. So I got a lot of love for soul music from her. And then of course, I born in 78, grew up in the 80s, the birth of MTV. I think I was watching MTV before they had like 120 minutes or Yo MTV Raps or um, all those like shows where they put them into categories. Before that it was like, you could just gonna hear different types of music all kind of mixed together.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I think like my generation definitely got like a good healthy dose of all different styles of music. And so that helped a lot as well.
Yeah, we've said that on the show over the year or so. The 70s and the 80s, the charts were so varied, right? And you could
Yeah.
have Kenny Rogers, and but you could have Donna Summer, but you could have The Knack or Cheap Trick. It was
Right.
all over the place, and that was great. And you're right, things became so formulated musically in terms of radio stations and even now, and it's even more so
Yeah.
mixed and siloed, which
I
is
feel like there was a time where it was a lot more mixed, and now we're going back to categorizing again.
yeah,
And it's kind of a
yeah,
shame. It's kind of a shame.
yeah. Again, when I was a kid, and when you were younger, you would hear, like you said, you would hear a disco song, then you would hear a rock song, then you would
Yeah.
hear something like Dolly Parton or
Oh, love
doing
her.
9 to 5 or something. So yeah, it was very different time for sure. So I'm intrigued by your dad because
Yeah.
you told me he liked country from the 40s, and then the original rock, probably Jerry Lee Lewis and
Oh,
Buddy
yeah. Yeah.
Holly and Elvis, but then he was a disco fan. How does that happen?
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. He was a, he was an interesting man. Yeah. So he was like born in 44. So he was, listen, he got,
Okay.
I think that from his parents, and his older brothers. He was one of 15. So
Wow.
I think, yeah. So I think he got like that music from his older brothers listening to the radio when he was really young. And then the 50s rock was in his wheelhouse, like his
Yeah.
teen years.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah.
and then the disco thing, my dad always liked to dance. He loved dancing, and I think disco just like naturally like intrigued him.
And
And
did your mom like it?
yes, she did. I mean, you already mentioned Donna Summer was one of her favorites. She listened to a lot of stuff as well. I said soul and R&B and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
she listened to other things as well. But yeah, she liked disco as well. She was a dancer bet when she was younger. Um, So, I and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that my father's dancing skills was kind of like um well, you ever see Cliff Huxtable on the Cosby Show when he danced?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it was very much like that.
Okay. I I can picture it. Yeah. Okay. Um, so Phil, so you said you were born in 78. So
Yes.
I remember when I went out and bought my first album, I was 9 years old.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
do you remember, asking mom and dad to bring you to the record store at some point because you had to get a certain album? And what was it?
So the very first album I remember owning, uh, and I don't remember like asking for it, but I remember playing it a lot. Uh, was Michael Jackson's Thriller. Like
Okay.
that's my earliest memory. Um, and then of course I grew up. I wasn't really like I listened to music with my parents in the car or whatever. It wasn't until I got a little bit older where I really started listening, like really getting into music. Um,
Was that like in middle school or high school or?
yeah, I'd say middle school. I would say, yeah, that sounds about right. I was more like sports, movies, like doing stuff like that. And then I became friends with my buddy Fitzy, and he played guitar, and he got me listening to. He's another huge influence on my musical life. He got me listening to things like the blues and jazz, and then he introduced me to bands the like Rage Against the Machine,
Okay.
Jurassic 5. He was pretty influential. Green Day as well, if I remember right. And so, and he's a guy I like to bounce. I like, oh, I heard this band. I think you'd like it. We go back and forth, let each other know of different bands and stuff.
Right, right. So when you got into the blues a bit, like were you listening to like old blues like BB King and Muddy Waters, or were you listening to like uh Stevie Ray Vaughan, Clapton, of course, plays lots of
Yeah.
yeah, was it
Yes.
more modern stuff?
So when I started listening to the blues, I was in love with BB King. Um, and we're not related. I know a lot of people ask with the last name, but yeah, like I listened to a lot of BB. I listened to Albert King, a lot of the Kings actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, Freddie King. Jesus, I'm gonna get off this King thing. Yes, Muddy Waters as well. Collins. Um, and then as I got a little bit older, I started listening to Stevie Ray. I loved Chuck Berry playing the blues.
Okay.
Um, uh, your guy Hendrix playing the blues was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I mean, I was just open to it all. I mean, I even got to see BB King like before he
Oh,
passed away. So I mean,
where did you see him?
I saw him in a little place in Rhode Island. I don't know if it's still around. It used to be called Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel. It was right in Providence.
Okay.
And I seen a couple shows there, and he was playing there. It's one of I've only been to two shows with my old man, and that was one of them.
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty good. It
Do
was
you know
pretty
what
good.
year that was, you think, Phil?
Oh, let's see, 2002 maybe, like in around that time. I don't know for sure. I'm terrible with that stuff, but
Right.
I'd say it was around 2002 ish. Yeah.
Because he must have been very old at that point.
Yeah, he came around one more time after that, and we had tickets, and they end up canceling. Sorry about that. They end up canceling the show. There was like it was in New Hampshire, in Manchester, I believe, and they had like weather issues, and so they end up canceling the show. So
Yeah, so I'm looking at his Wikipedia page. So he was 77 when you saw him.
yeah,
And
that sounds about right.
yeah, wow. That
And
must have been very cool.
I'll tell you one thing: Lucille was beautiful that night.
That's great. So was this like a small little club?
Yeah. I mean, maybe a couple hundred people.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like a little like it would have been like a little dance club if it was in a different like lifetime. You know what I mean?
Right, right. May I ask what was the other show you saw with your dad?
Oh, I got to see. So I was a big Jimmy Buffett fan as well. You know, and my father loved Buffett for some reason too. I don't know why, but he did. And so I actually got to see Buffett with him at the Boston Garden, and it was a winter tour, which is unheard of for Buffett.
Right, right.
And so we got to see him there. And then so this summer I got to see the Coral Reefers with the Doobie Brothers,
Okay.
and I
Where were they this
they were
summer?
in Mansfield. It was
Okay.
whatever that's called now.
Yeah, Xfinity.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And I got to take my son, so it was really cool because it's really the only band that I've gotten to see with both my father and then with my son, you know?
That's great, Phil.
Yeah, it was
That's
a cool
great.
little moment.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Wow. And did your son enjoy it?
So, believe it or not, he's a 14-year-old and he loves Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
He loves him. He loves the song Volcano. He loves the song Fins.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, obviously, we didn't get to see Jimmy himself, uh,
Right.
but it was a really good show where they really did like pay great like service to the man, like it was really well done.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's very cool. I never got to see him. Um, but that's cool that you had that experience,
Yeah.
um, both with your dad and your son. Um, what was your first concert, Phil, overall?
My first concert was so I know you're not originally from around here.
No, from New York.
Um, WBCN was a local radio station around here.
Yep, I've heard of, sure.
They were pretty big around here. And they put on these shows called the River Fest or something like that. I think it was called the River Fest. And the very first one was right off the Charles River, right at the Esplanade
Hmm.
in Boston. And it was, let's see, the headliner was Better Than Ezra.
Okay.
There was a local band that made pretty decent waves called Letters to Cleo that played that day.
I've heard the name. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you a song, but I've heard of them. Ezra, yeah. Yeah.
And then there was two other groups. One I think was I want to say their name was Common People or something like that. And they were
Doesn't.
kind of like almost like reggae.
Okay.
And then the other one was called Sticker. I've never heard of them again.
Hmm. And how old were you for that?
Probably about 16, I'd say. 16, 15, 16. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, so WBCN, is that the station again? Because you're right. I grew up in New York, so I wasn't up here. Is that the
Yeah.
station that Howard Stern ended up on in Boston?
Um,
WBCN?
yeah. So I think originally he was doing, his show was airing at night when he first came.
Right. And then
And
they
then they
put it
eventually went
on.
into mornings. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's how I know the name. He was so pleased to be simulcasting on in Boston, but also on that station because when he went to college, I think
It
he
was
went to Boston,
BC or BU,
Boston
right? I think he went to BU.
BU, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
and he that was what the station he listened to. So yeah, so
Yeah.
very cool. What's the most recent concert you've seen? Was it that Doobie Brothers choral thing?
I went to like 6 or 7 concerts this summer.
Hmm.
Saw about 20 something bands. Me and my wife, that's what we like to do for fun, besides watch horror movies. We like to, go to concerts. So that was one of them. Yeah. We also got to see, the Willie Nelson tour, the Outlaw tour this year.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
lo- I love his son's band.
yeah. So he played with them and he
Lucas.
was great.
Yeah, he's terrific. Yep.
Dylan was on that, and I'm not 100% sure I actually saw Bob Dylan.
That last summer there were shows that he played at, but then there were also shows that he didn't. But Mellencamp switched in, so you don't know if he was there that day, or you don't
So,
remember. Or,
so the way the lighting was, it was just a bunch of silhouettes on stage,
oh, you
and
know, he's been doing that recently. Like it's
yeah,
literally he has no lights on the stage.
yeah, it was so crazy. And I said to my wife, I said, geez, like maybe he's, because they're such older men, maybe they like record ahead of time, and if this happens, they just put silhouettes up there and play the recording so everybody thinks they're there. I just couldn't tell for sure.
Yeah, I had heard from somebody else that this last time around in the summer with Willie Nelson, that's what the stage looked like. It was
Yeah.
completely dark. Yeah, and you, he's such a strange cat. He doesn't really talk to the audience. He
No,
doesn't
nothing at all.
introduce the band. It's
Yep.
really just a
No banter at all. Just
nothing,
played the songs
nothing.
and was gone. That's
Yeah,
another reason I was like, I'm pretty sure he wasn't there.
yeah. Oh God, that's funny. Um, so I wanted to ask, and I'm going to start asking my guests. So you're the guinea pig here, Phil. So
Okay.
um, we're a couple of months, without KMS. So I wanted to ask, what are you listening to fill the void? Have you found any other podcasts? Are you listening to more music? Are you doing other things to kind of fill that 2 or 3 hours a day that we used to have Kirk?
So, um, so we've talked about offline. Me and you have talked about my the industry I work in. It's like FedEx type style,
Yep.
and so like I think Kirk even said it on his show. Like I feel bad for the guys who listen to this, you know, during work and stuff. And I think he even brought up FedEx. I don't work for FedEx, by the way, but I work in that industry. And so I was that guy. I was listening to Kirk while I was driving around delivering packages, And so it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie. My buddy Fitzy, who was brought up earlier, he gave me
Yep.
this podcast that has all to do with like New Orleans. We both love New Orleans.
Okay.
The music, everything. So I've been listening to a little bit of that, and mostly, like I said on the show when I was on Kirk's show, audiobooks. A lot of audiobooks. Just banging them out.
Got it. Do you like biographies, or do you like nonfiction or fiction? You have
I
a preference?
love like my music taste. I like everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, I like to say I'm not a big biography guy, but every time I read one, I really enjoy them. I love, I'm a horror freak, so I love a lot of horror. Um, I like nonfiction. Anything history I can get my hands on, I'm down. In fact, I just read a really good one about a shipwreck that was really good. Um, yeah, anything I can get my hands on, really. I used to joke to my wife, is like I'm like a crackhead when I walk into like the old Borders on Barnes and Nobles, like I can't leave empty-handed.
Right. 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 Um, cool. Cool. Very cool. So tell us about your podcast and what the future holds for Wretched Rentals.
Okay, yeah. So Wretched Rentals, I do with my wife Emily. Um, she's the star of the show. I'm just riding her coattails. Uh, we discuss horror movies from the video rental store era. So anything pre like 2000, but specifically 70s, 80s, 90s. We both would love a Friday night walking through the like an old family owned rental store and just checking out the horror aisle and those amazing art on the boxes.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
so we try to bring that nostalgia to the show, and so we pick a movie, we discuss that movie, we did, what our history with that movie, if we have one, or if this is the first time we've ever watched it for the show. It's a lot of fun, and we had to put it on hold for for about a couple months. We're bringing it back in the springtime, the next couple weeks, hopefully. and
Oh,
we're
good.
very excited because I love doing it.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're looking forward to hearing it again. I think after you were on with Kirk, I checked out one of your episodes and I enjoyed it. So that'll be something to help fill my void once you get up and running. So
I
that would be
appreciate
terrific.
that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Unfortunately, I do not have the amazing voice that you have. Uh, like I am
I don't
so
know.
jealous.
I don't know about that.
Dude,
I'm just a
Bi-
loudmouth from New Yorker. That's all I am.
Bill, you have the voice, my friend. Oh, also, you mentioned Mellencamp earlier,
Yeah.
and you had said on a previous episode your wife is a huge Mellencamp fan,
Yes.
and so I had made note of that because I lived in Indiana for a few years,
Oh,
and
wow.
I was doing the same work I was doing out there, and I got to deliver to Mellencamp's house.
Well, now you buried the headline here, Phil.
And
I was
so,
wrapping up, but let's hear this story. Go ahead.
yeah, he lives just south of I of the university. He lives right on a main road, and you go down this long driveway, and he's right on this giant lake that's in Indiana that most people don't even know has these giant lakes, but he lives on it. And unlike Montante, who got to see the boss's dick, I got to see Mellencamp's digs, and it's pretty nice.
I bet it is. I bet it is. So PRC Coleman is an Indiana guy too. So you guys should,
Yes.
yeah. He's a fan of Mellencamp's as well, and in fact, um, my wife asked. She's got her eyes targeted on Mansfield. I think he's coming around doing a greatest hits tour this summer. So I
Yeah, I
think
think
she's
I
got her eye
just read
on,
that.
yeah, she's got her eye on Mansfield.
Well,
So I may be down there.
hopefully we run
Unfortunately,
into each other.
yeah, yeah, that would be something. But I don't look forward to the drive back to New Hampshire from
Oh
that part
yeah.
of the neck of the woods. It's always a challenge. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah,
I went
I
to two
I've
shows there this
I
year, and
I
the ride back to Maine was something.
I could imagine. Yeah, yeah. Mellencamp, I've seen him with her twice, and it's always interesting. He's and to his credit, he puts out a new album. He's gonna play it.
Yeah,
And maybe the show is 15 or 16 songs, and you might get you know five or six oldies, but the
right,
rest
right.
of it is new. So, listen, that's what he is, and I respect any artist for kind of supporting their new music. But it sounds like on this tour, he's ready to play the hits, which
Play
is
the hits.
cool.
Yeah,
Also.
it's awesome.
Yeah, very good. Well, so when you went to Mellencamp's house, did you see him or did you just drop off?
I um I hit the buzzer, and I don't know this for fact, but I'm pretty sure Meg Ryan answered the buzzer.
Oh my goodness.
I did not get to see him. He was having work done at his house, and I got to leave the package at his front door and take off.
All right. Wow. Yeah, from a guy who was born in a small town, he's probably got the biggest house in that small town.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Well, listen, Phil, thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you don't have to
Um,
thank me, sir. This was absolutely my pleasure. This has been amazing.
oh, it's great. And I look forward to your pod coming back and springtime. Hopefully, we'll get that pretty soon.
Yep.
And as we wrap up, I want to thank Menners. And of course, I want to thank Kirk for all the inspiration and starting this crazy miniverse that we all live in. So, everybody, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.